Okay, I believe we are live. Let me just get in here.
Let me see that the microphone is.
Is your mic not working? I believe. Okay, I don't plan on having anybody in here, but I definitely wanted to have this live stream up. What's good?
We're back. It's been a while.
Robin Hood Weekly, cheers.
Cheers. It's a good time to be invested, definitely.
Yep, definitely want to start off by saying we are not affiliated with Robin Hood yet.
Disclaimer.
And this is not financial advice by any means.
Facts. And always DYOR.
Yes, always DYOR. Yeah, I mean, we definitely wanted to get on Spaces again, just to Spaces. Look at me bringing my Twitter vibes over here to YouTube. So we're trying to get this live going. We realize there's a need for Robin Hood content. So who better to do it than two very attractive people that would like to talk about this.
Robin Hood's biggest fans, aka.
Yeah, didn't you have like a didn't you get a new package from them?
Ooh, I did. Let me BRB. I'll have Eddie entertain you while I grab my package.
Yeah. So let's let her get the package. Today, you know how it is, classic IPA. Yeah, we're basically going into earnings tomorrow, so very excited about that. There's a lot of things that have happened since last time we talked. We have our Legend Awaken reaction. So in TLDR, I'm not a trader, so there won't be too much value as far as adding to how great Legend is. I'm more curious to see what you guys think about it.
Yeah, that's quite confusing for me, but it is exciting. And I feel with the Legend Awakens implementation, the more tutorials we see, the more people playing around with it online. We've seen people like Amit and a few others maybe do some quick tutorials, quick run throughs on stream. But I'm sure once we get more familiar with it, it will be fun to play around with, definitely.
Yeah, we want to. I mean, there's not a space that's just like 100% about Robin Hood. We definitely know of some good YouTube channels of investors that like Robin Hood, that talk about Robin Hood a lot.
They don't get the spotlight.
But they need to have the front center stage. You know what I'm saying? It's such a great company. We found it. We found it basically off of the financial statement, and we looked at it and we were like, yo, y'all got more cash than like what the market cap is worth. And we just, as much as we use the app and how long we've been using it, we're just like, this ain't right. Like, this is not priced right. Like, we didn't even have to look too far to just realize, like, yo, this shit's like trading way below book value. It's being punished for, GameStop shit. It's being punished because it's early, because they're a cloud service investing app. Like, people just don't trust putting it in there until, as of recently, I feel like people have been catching the wave.
Yeah, I feel like because it's not a brick and mortar, people feel like that's a disadvantage. They don't feel safe with that. But I mean, I'm just like, you can go to the bank. They're not going to have your money either, if that's what you're worried about. It's just the new wave. I think that a lot of kids are going to, this next generation, this is going to be their app.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, the Legend Awakens event was amazing. We didn't really get to give you guys this interaction earlier, or this reaction earlier, but it's been 2 weeks since the event. And I mean, let's just fuck what the stock's doing right now. Let's just talk about like what Robin Hood is delivering. And we thought they were going to be delivering like, maybe some AI products, maybe some crypto stuff, because these have been recent allocations, but that just shows like there's more to come. And as of recently, they just targeted the futures, index options, and then obviously the Legend, the desktop trading app for professionals. we don't trade like that, to be honest.
No,
So,
we're investors. Investors.
investors. And these, I mean, to be honest, I was trying to hook it up, and I wanted to use it for the stream, to be honest. But as I was like
You definitely need it on desktop though. It's not like you're just investing like for me personally, I feel like that's something you have to check out on desktop. Does it even give you capabilities on the app? On the
to
phone?
to
To
check.
view the Legend Awakens and all of the new no, it doesn't. Okay.
No, it's just a desktop trading app, or a trading platform, and you know, I'm not like a serious trader. Obviously, I like to invest long term, but I do see swing trades happen. I see news, I see, earnings coming, and I'll make a couple trades here and there, but overall, I don't need to execute shit like in milliseconds and stuff, so I'm not sure how fast everything's working on there. Definitely need to look into some feedback from like experienced traders, but
But you know, the feedback I'm getting that I'm seeing right now, a lot of the people that are experienced traders are not really enjoying the platform as it is right now. I think it's kind of confusing for a lot. But I also feel like the team just wanted to give you all of the information that you needed on that ticker, what's going on in that industry, basically. So it might be a little bit overwhelming right now for people.
yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was personally, it was like it was a great situation. They unveiled futures, they unveiled the legend. Um, some a lot of people have already gotten access to it. The futures will probably be rolled out. They definitely had that on the roadmap. And right now I'm just like, oh, okay, we kind of been killing it lately. Like, let's see, what did we have here? So I know we had some videos right here. They wanted to show you guys. Let me show. Oh no, this is not the right one, guys. I'm clicking up the wrong alley. So it looks like it was removed. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
While we get ready to look through that, should we do an unboxing really quickly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just to
See, Robin Hood's at 28.
Closed at 28.13 today. Oh, 03.
There might be some after hours movement, but that's just for us Robinhood users. A lot of people ain't paying attention to the 24-hour market, but it is notable that the New York Stock Exchange said that they were going to start
22 hours, right?
they're going to start extending hours and stuff, and that's obviously because they seen that there was great volume from Robinhood. Like these guys don't just crack open the door. They like bum rush that shit, and
they don't want to get left behind. That's honestly really smart
yeah,
for them. That's
usually
to follow.
When you think back to the Legend Awakens event, I think of the monologue that Vlad was giving, and he was basically like, "Yo, the elite." This isn't word for word, by the way, but he was like, "Yo, the elite companies reach for their only defense that they have left when innovation hits, and it's their checkbook." And I was like, damn, because they'll acquire you, they'll try to buy you out, they'll try to get you basically to stop messing with their business model.
And Vlad is here to stay.
No, like, yeah, him just saying that alone meant like, yo, he's here to stay. He's not going to be swallowed up like, E-Trade or any of the previous innovative trading platforms that figured it out. He's not going to give that up, because when the big guys come knocking, most people fall. And
even Fidelity, I feel like they're starting to kind of adapt to Robinhood's new way, because they really are the future of investing, future of trading now as well. If
you do commission-free trading, you've adapted because of Robinhood, and that's just a fact. It's not about anything else. Like, I think a lot of headlines want to always say, they always want to say, oh, they're Robinhood wants to basically say it's commission free, but it's not free. It's not free trading, and it's like, No. Like that's the commission free part. They're not charging the commission. Like that, it's legit. It's in there. But I think a lot of people harper on it because they're like, oh, there's some cost in the background. There's a spread. There's a da da da. But it's like, you guys realize that
Cost of doing business too.
trades were like $100, $50, 25. Like these things got lower and lower, and Robinhood was the one that was like, nah, we're gonna do it for free. We can get value on the back end, so we're going to pass that value along to retailers. And they kind of do that in every situation, whether it be the yield, the deposit situation. Like they could basically spend X amount of dollars and acquire a client one way, but they decide to spend it and give it directly into the customer's pocket to buy them that way, in a sense. Like the customer acquisition, the CAC is flawless because they're going direct to consumer. They're not dealing with all this stuff. Oh, let me pay an agency. Let me do this. No. They're like, let me give an incentive and let the people roll in and bring that bread.
Yeah, and honestly, with that incentive, it's not like these brokerages are trying too hard or really attempting to keep their current customers. It seems like I just heard of a story that somebody was offered basically $1,000 for a multi-$100,000 transfer. Over to Robinhood, and they said, "Oh, we'll give you $1,000 if you stay." It's like, yeah, I'm gone. That's a disrespectful offer. Do you want to keep me, or what are we doing here? Actually, but it's like Vlad. I mean, I'm not gonna say Vlad cares because he's the CEO of a company. Let's be real. But I feel like
no, he cares.
If Vlad succeeds, we all succeed. If these big banks succeed, we're not succeeding. If these big brokerages succeed, yeah, we're taking along what we can, but they're getting the money.
All right. Let's get straight into this unboxing right here.
The good stuff.
Don't show the address.
I'm looking. I'm like, where is it? Okay. So
the tape is flawless. Just to be honest, I can print this tape in my job.
We currently have two market caps from Robinhood. The gray, or I guess beige with the green writing.
Yeah, it's like tannish.
And then we have a really cool water bottle from Robinhood that we never opened, never used.
Go grab that. Let's get that here. I'll help you out with this. You go grab that liquid assets over there in the corner.
I'll be back again.
Alright, so Brittany has put in a lot of work right here. This tape is pretty cool. For some reason, Brittany's tape only got a couple flowers on there. It wasn't like a bunch like I did. These feathers right here. She only got one on top. I don't know what that means.
So I'm back with the water bottle. This is our Robinhood up only. This is like the little up only feather, but it's pretty cool. I was like, oh, maybe this will be a good Christmas gift for somebody.
You think they put the arrow and the feather on purpose?
Yeah, definitely. They're so, like, their marketing team, their branding team is good.
Officially OG. Because
that's a relic now.
Because it has the OG Robinhood logo. Obviously,
yeah. Put it on eBay.
Obviously, this is the original liquid assets. There's obviously new bottles now. But this one still has the plastic on it, just to prove to you guys, like, I've been here, like, I've been around.
We're not new to this. We're true to this since IPO, since way before IPO, actually. But
yeah, we bought in at IPO. We chased it all the way down because we believed in the company. And now we're back here, and we're pretty much basking in the glory that everybody else is, we're geniuses. Or maybe we're lucky.
We're going to give you guys some bear cases soon. We can't be all bullish, but let's...
I can't think of any.
Okay, let's see. What do we have here?
Oh, wait, hold up. Soft touch. Oh, man.
Look at that beauty right there. Wow, we love to see it. It says, Robinhood, trade, invest, earn. What a great motto. Great slogan. Thank you for being a loyal customer and part of our community. Tag us at Robinhood app swag. Tag us at Robinhood app in your new swag. Definitely will be tagging you, Robinhood. Whoever's doing the Robinhood
customer service.
The X team, they're on it.
They're obviously picking the right people.
And also they know about internet culture. They're tapped in. They're definitely tapped into the culture.
Boom. Robinhood shredded paper? What?
We have a brand new market cap, people. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So the thing is my head don't look good in these dad hats at all.
I'm obsessed. I absolutely love them. Should I try them on? I feel like I should try it on maybe.
Yeah, do it right now. Do a live try on. What do you guys think about when they mention the Wall Street hours and the history of it and how they are changing the future? Like literally, that's 100% crazy to me. Like
Ooh, I'm with it.
yeah, no, these guys literally change. I like to really relate this stuff to sports, and Robinhood happens to be patch sponsor for multiple teams.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be seeing us on their jerseys now.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we
what
definitely.
teams did they get? I'll have to look that up right now.
It was the Heat, Memphis, and Washington.
Love his memory, so good.
And I mean, think about it like this. Robin Hood came in like freshman, right? Like the freshman stud, right? They came in, and they were like prominent, promised, all that. Everybody loves them. They look good. And a lot of times these freshmen come in and they're not as fast, they're not as quick as like the varsity person. But Robin Hood is different. Like there's not a lot of times like that. Like even let's go to even pro level. Like the new person who just got drafted is not going to be as good as the all-star player, right?
So there's going to be some fumbles.
Right. And right in the beginning, you got to think like, this guy is not going to change the way this person shoots. Like, yeah, he's just a freshman and he was really good in college, but he's just not going to change the way these guys play the game. Well, Robin Hood came in like the freshman phenom and was like, no, I'm going to change the way you guys do defense. I'm going to change the way you guys do offense. I'm changing the way you guys market. It's gonna be all like balls to the walls, nose to nose defense. Like these guys at Robin Hood are like, if you equated them to like some real deal basketball stuff, like these guys basically came in and changed the LeBron James shot. Like LeBron James, aka Vanguard, had to change the way they shoot because of the way Robin Hood was reacting. And I'm not saying they're out here eating their lunch. I'm not saying they're taking clients left and right and taking market share. What I'm saying is like that commission free punch in the gut. The fractional trading punch in the gut.
Events. Like, have we even spoken about events?
I mean, they're already dominating 2024 100%. Like
they're dominating this election now. I want to say like they just announced futures contracts for events. They're starting with the presidential election. This is only for the U.S. users of the app. So if you live elsewhere, I'm so sorry for you. But yeah, they just announced, and if you don't have access, you can just go ahead and DM support, and they'll get you set up. It's really, really easy, it seems. I'm wondering, do you think this is playing into them being everybody says Robinhood it's just another betting app. It's just a gambling app. Do you think they're playing into that? Or do you think that this is what the market is asking for and we're going to fill that? We're going to have everything here. We're going to have a little bit of, futures gambling, events gambling. We're going to have the crypto. We're also going to have traditional investing. We're going to also have trading.
I think they're basically going after the younger demographic. I think more kids right now are definitely gambling before they decide to invest, which that's just what it is.
That's real life. I want to say one of our younger friends, shout out to you, you know who you are, he loves a good gamble. But now seeing how Robinhood is attracting
Meantime, we have some news just out from Robinhood.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, keep going.
Robinhood is really attracting that younger crowd, and people are. He was the first one to get it. I think he's the one that told us, "Oh, you guys can just open the ticket and let's get to it." So these younger ones are really on it. Honestly,
Yeah, well,
this is an onboarding event, as they say in crypto.
The election trading basically barely opened up yesterday, and it's like a slow rollout over the next like 48 hours from start. And well, she's right. Our homie Peyton, he basically told us like, yo, skip all that, hit the support. They're gonna put you right on the line, take care of you. We did that, and it's definitely a pivot in Robinhood's strategy. They are partnering with Forecast X, which is a Kalshi competitor. Yeah, they basically trade event contracts, outcomes of events, and definitely low-key enough for Robinhood to, become a member of whatever they're doing, take a test run at Robinhood customers. I'm thinking acquire, but that's just me. I'm like, yo, everyone wants to think like Robinhood's doing this on their own. You really just gotta like click into the links and like figure out. Obviously, they're partnering with someone. That's how they were able to make this happen in 26 days. Obviously, the engineers and everybody kind of gotta like form like Voltron to make this happen. But it's just like, yo, this becomes legal in the U.S. 26 days ago, and then boom, Robinhood's off to the fucking races. And
I feel like they already had this in the works. They know when things are going to be legalized. They know what the SEC has going on. They know what all of these commissions are doing. They're tapped in online. They're tapped into the legalese of it.
Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go ahead and look at this video right here on reporting on the election trading.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Boop, boop, boop.
The trading platform launching derivative contracts that allow users to bet on the outcomes of elections. So it's now moved to Robinhood 2. This includes next week's presidential race. The new investment product will begin rolling out to a limited number of users. It starts literally at 8 a.m. today. So if you're a Robinhood customer and you want to bet on the election, you can potentially begin to do that if you're part of the group. Customers must be U.S. citizens. They must apply and then meet certain criteria to be approved for a derivatives account. Robinhood is using I think it's called IBKRS, but I don't know how to, if there's do you say Ibacruz? Not sure. Forecast X for those event contracts. So I don't know. Now the betting game has begun in a whole different way, because once you're on Robinhood, it's a next level.
You wanted to say
Just
addicting.
in terms of trying to lure you in with the...
Well, yeah, just it's a different generation of people who are doing this. It's a whole different
Look at him.
kind of game.
He's like, it's degenerate. Yeah,
Like, I gotta get off and go.
Oh,
Immediately saw
Yeah.
bricks. Is it bricks? IBK. There's no C, and it's not bikers quite
not
either.
quite.
What's this guy saying?
So it's
man?
neither.
Years of
Get
playing
this
the game,
boomer
make sure-
off the stage.
I know immediately.
Yeah.
I did. And doing all the Turtle stuff.
Yeah, man. I don't know what they're doing right there, man. Okay.
Here's a simple trading
Oh,
strategy.
hold
where
on.
you trade the
Oh.
same asset
What's going
every day
on?
at the
See,
same
this
time.
is
You can
why-
use it to
Well, I don't know what's going on here. I gotta get better at this. I'm sorry, guys.
Be
Hey,
patient with us.
hey, I don't know what's going on, man. YouTube's clicking, moving. All I know is Robinhood got me excited like that guy was, and
I like how he wanted to say addicting. Once you get on there, it's addicting, but then he refrained because
he likes that.
he doesn't want to liken that to gambling.
You don't
Yeah.
want to say the bad words.
Very smart. of
People
him
say
to-
addicting and they're thinking it's bad, and it's like, no, bro. It's like, man, like
Exercise.
nostalgia.
Exercise is addicting.
Nostalgia is addicting. Like euphoria is addicting. Like good things are addicting. Like that's just what it is, and you need it in moderation. And if you're investing right and changing those theses, you can turn from like a gambler into a hardcore investor, and that happens. Like Robinhood is
also
the
know
gateway.
what you're good at.
Robinhood is the gateway.
I want to say Robinhood definitely taught me what I'm good at. I wouldn't say good at. I'm good at holding. That's what I'm good at, holding. So I know I'm an investor. I'm good at finding companies that are maybe undervalued now, buying in, and DCing my way into that. But I know that I am not a great trader yet. And I've always said that I'm not a great trader. I'm not like keep watching the charts and make it. No, I'm a love a girl. If I find something I like, I want to hold it and keep it for a while. But with that said, I feel like this new Robinhood rollout is going to get me into trading. It is going to get me comfortable because I'm so risk adverse. I really am. I like a very low risk level, but I don't know. I'm feeling more. I think my risk level is changing with Robinhood's.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's show people how easy it is to navigate this election contract. So, I got this little gift playing right there. It just shows you got to agree to some stuff. There's a really easy interface, just like any Robinhood tool. And yeah, you basically buy these contracts, and it immediately tells you like what you will win, and it tells you the price. It's very simple. I think this is just a good start to future betting too. I think because they can offer this small window in a moment's notice on your app, this is just the election. Like next is, the NBA Finals and the Super Bowl, and then is it gonna be 80 degrees next week? And I think it can get pretty fun once you start thinking about some of these event contract platforms that already exist. Now,
I really think it'll be fun once it gets to world events. Those political events are gonna get, like I don't want to say the war, like betting on the war, but some conflicts abroad. I think once they're more universal or worldly conflicts, that possibly they can open up to other countries like Europe.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about all this stuff because I bought a couple contracts, and if you're on Twitter, you can see who I bought those contracts for. But the election's exciting, and most people would see this and be like, oh, this is gambling. But if you look at this in the responsible way and you look at how Robinhood's going to throw it to you, this is a hedge. You have a chance now to hedge your portfolio. There's some people who are like, fuck,
hedge your bets.
If you're holding a bunch of Tesla, if Kamala wins, you might lose a lot.
This is not a political podcast, so
Elon went all in on the Trump bet, though, and Tesla may suffer because of that if Kamala wins. And what I'm saying is, like, as someone who has a whole bunch of Tesla, you should probably go ahead and put some money in the Kamala bucket for the election thing, and that would just hedge your bet a little bit. Like, basically, you might take a 20% drawdown on election day because somebody else won, and boom, now you won this election event contract, and now you hedged your bet. You basically hedged your risk, and it's completely easy to do right in the app, and you don't have to do too much. You can pretty much you can do a good size. I think you can buy it per contract. Right now, each contract's trading under $1, so it's at this point, it's anybody can hedge one of their bets. It's a lot of us. You gotta have some sort of ego to be an investor and pick a stock. So if you're that dope, pick your stock. And if you're not that sure of what your bet was, then go ahead and hedge your bet and get, make sure you take some risk off the table by using this. And yet, I don't see it as gambling. I just see it as another opportunity to keep all your bread on the same platform, Robinhood.
I agree. So with people questioning, oh, it's a gamble to transfer from their brokerage onto Robinhood, all of that, I have seen some people get paid $200,000 in bonuses. So I think that alone, the bonus alone might take care of any risk you might be worried about. But I'm wondering, how much do you think that they paid out in these bonus transfers?
I don't know. That's the matching part. It's hard to say right now, but I think companies are paying a lot more to acquire a customer. And when you have these benefits 3% in the retirement account, 1% on assets, and then they also have these rules over time, you're getting paid this bonus over a certain amount of time of keeping your funds in there, that keeps you eligible. I think it's so good because everything becomes really sticky.
Yeah, this payment was on $9 million worth of index funds. So that is quite the payout. I've seen more common ones of like $18,000. Um, do you think that these customers are going to stay for life, or do you think that do you think this is going to really, with the bribe, some people are calling it a bribe, but do you think that all of the deliverables that they're rolling out, is that enough to keep these, very wealthy investors on their app versus their traditional brokerages that they've been working with? I mean, $9 million portfolio on Robinhood, that's quite impressive.
Yep. If you got those digits too, you're also gonna want to collect this. So you're used to keeping your assets somewhere for a long period of time, and these accounts are sticky. So right, it's like, okay, retirement account, you're probably gonna keep it there no matter what. But then now they got these rules in place where it's like you're getting your deposit based over a certain amount of time, and that makes investors very happy because it's like, yeah, you might even just come over here to take advantage of the Robinhood deposit, but now you gotta stay. You have to stay to take advantage of it fully, and you have to keep your assets over here. And while you're over here, you might as well make your trades. You might as well make your investments worthwhile, and that's where Robinhood like really takes off. Like, because these guys are just, the platform is so good, and you start using the app, and it's like you'll never want to go back. Like, you'll never want to use another app.
I agree with that. Do you think that do you think Vlad and team uh, thought about that beforehand? Because they have been getting a lot of feedback or I guess a lot of slack, that the average age of the average investor age on that platform is quite young, and the holdings are quite low, like a couple $1,000s for most of the accounts. So do you think this is to up their name with like bigger accounts? And
I think the average was like at $5,000 or something like that.
Not much.
So
it's not even 1 year's worth of Roth contributions.
Yeah, you know, and that was, I want to say I got those stats even before 2024. So like I feel like people have been saying kind of the same thing. I think once we go into 2025, there's going to be a different outlook on how people hold their money there, and all these different avenues of what to do with your money after. They're also offering a very high percentage. I think I'm getting 4.5 right now. If you put in 5K before like sometime in November, you end up locking in 5% and avoiding any rate cuts or any of that. So I mean, these guys are like eating right here, and I'm excited to see what the earnings are that they put up. Let's
So when it comes to earnings, we got a few analysts. So we have some updates. Robinhood beat analyst revenue expectations by 6.1% last quarter, reporting revenues of $682 million, up 40% year on year. Very strong quarter. 24.2 million users, up 4% year on year. So they're growing at an average of 4% year on year. I do believe that this mass onboarding event, Hood Summit, Hood Week, we will see that number change next year, obviously. This quarter, they are expecting Robinhood's revenue to grow 39%. Was 649 million, improving from the 29% increase that was reported in the same quarter last year. So I mean, Robinhood is obviously growing. There's no denying. How quickly, I would not be shorting Robinhood at all right now. Long on Robinhood. Long on Hood for sure.
Shorters get wrecked.
I mean, we already see the likes of New York Stock Exchange extending to 22 hours a day just to keep up with Robinhood.
I don't know if it's to keep up, but it's definitely to gain some of that money. They see how much bread's going through there, and they're like, I want a piece of it.
Absolutely.
And well, if Robinhood's taking a large piece of action now, they'll be taking a large piece of action later. So let's go into this tweet right here from Crossroads. Okay, so we got Robinhood's earnings are coming up tomorrow. We have some analyst expectations. 20 cents EPS is a Crossroads breakdown right here. I mean, personally, the thing is about Robinhood, these guys give you they give you 2 of the 3 months every time they're about to give you quarter earnings. So they give you, they give you the month by month earnings, and then by the time that last month comes in, you pretty much just need to do some like simple math to figure it out.
Quick math.
Yeah, quick math, and now you got like 3 months in total, 2 accurate, 1 as a guesstimate, and you can kind of figure out where they're gonna be. I mean,
have they ever not surpassed expectations?
I mean, everyone has, obviously, but like
as of late,
no. This year, these guys have been on fire, like specifically since the gold standard event. And if you want to fade Robinhood, you're pretty much just fading the market. You're pretty much gonna say like, yo, Bitcoin's going down, the market's not gonna do well. Also, Vlad's not gonna deliver like he did the entire last year. That's crazy, because when
you really feel like with Robinhood, you feel like if all of your other tickers are doing well, like if everything else is doing well, that's good for Robinhood. And if things aren't doing well, it's just not good for the market. But back to what you were just talking about, with those users that are here to stay, and obviously Robinhood gaining more capital, would it be bullish or bearish if they turn into a creditor or offered crediting services?
The thing is, they are offering credit services through the credit card, basically, but...
Oh, I did want to touch on that gold standard. The gold standard was 3% cashback, or 3% on the spending card. Yeah, and then cashback for groceries, gas, and some other consumers, right?
The credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're still on the wait list, I think you can still take advantage of those offerings as long as you're enrolled, even though you're waiting on the credit card. The spending card, right?
I don't know. Is that something?
Yeah, the spending card is actually really good. It gives you cash back on gas, cash back on groceries, and I don't think it's for a limited number of time. But since that gold event, they have really been on fire. They have not stopped since that gold. It's just been heat.
Yeah, I mean, very bullish on this. Tomorrow's earnings, we definitely need to get touch back base on like where we're at.
Oh yeah,
what's being delivered, and
probably a later stream tomorrow.
Yeah, overall, I would like to say like Vlad's theatrical introduction of what the legend was and all that, and the story was just amazing. Reminded me of like Steve Jobs. I'm reading the book right now by Walter Isaacson.
He's very theatrical.
Steve Jobs kind of made it a thing. Like when you're delivering a product, make it so memorable. And he had some stuff. Obviously, he threw some zingers at Morgan Stanley and Merrill Lynch. So he also threw a little bit of shade at like early startups or platforms that changed stuff but got bought out. So
he also pulled up some hate tweets. He pulled up some hate tweets of his own company and said, "Oh, this is what you thought? Let me tell you how we're addressing this right now."
It's brave. It's bold.
Yeah.
You know who also did okay? So that was awesome. And then Steve Jobs is Steve Jobs, and he gave us the Macintosh. He talked shit about IBM. He said, "This is the future." He showed us the ad. He said, "This is why the future is not going to be like 1984. I feel like Vlad came out and said the same shit. He was like, yo, there was trading innovation before. They were bought out. They were stifled, and we kind of ended up here in this like weird area, and Robinhood has showed up to be the legend overall.
And he has awakened.
and so now we've gotten to that point where it's like, okay, well, now what's the story here? Because these guys have put in some money into like basketball. Obviously, their patches on jerseys. They put some money into their engineering. They've acquired a bunch of stuff. And at this point, it's like, okay, he's telling us that story. He's not going to sell out. He's basically saying, we are doing all this innovation and we have no plans of selling out. We're going to be here and we're going to keep innovating and we're going to keep changing the financial landscape.
Him bringing his dad on stage, that was just the sweetest thing. And that was really obviously, it tugged at our heartstrings, I feel, him bringing his dad out was just a sweet way to end it. Just like, hey, we really are in this together.
Yeah, it made a family thing for sure. Yeah. Robin Hood is such an awesome
and the
thing.
Joint
in this household, we use Robin Hood,
and we are so bullish on that because the month we got married, Robin Hood, Vlad's birthday or wedding gift to us was the joint investing account.
Literally just for us.
How is that? That is so crazy. But also, Vlad is so on top of numerology. Go back to all of his release dates. Go back to, he's just very on top of the culture. He's just tapped in, you can tell.
Yeah, this is,
Speaking of the credit card, I think a lot of the people that were in attendance to Hood Summit, I think they got the credit. I think quite a few of them had the credit card. Had access to the credit card already.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is we got Investor Day coming up, and
when is that?
December 4th, I believe.
Same weekend as Art Basel.
But we're gonna wrap it up. We talked about a lot. We covered the great the Legend Awakens. We covered earnings. We covered event contract trading. And we're expected to come back every week. We want to share just like the news. We want to get that community type vibe going. We understand, obviously we're small right now, and in the future we just kind of hope to tap into that community of investors, young entrepreneurs, people just kind of wealth transferring their stuff into Robinhood and realizing, hey, this is where I got to be.
We're on this journey with you, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Tap in with us tomorrow for earnings. Have a good night.